Well, hello, my lovelies. Dishers, thanks for tuning in, making yourself a priority, and listening to this vlog. And if you're new here, welcome. And if you would love to hit that subscribe button right down there, I would appreciate it. It helps out my channel. And when you're finished this video, if you enjoyed it, I would appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up and leave me a comment. I would love to hear what you think of what I say. Like I always say, it's my opinion. You don't have to agree with me, but I would love to hear what you think about my vlogs. So today, this should have been out yesterday, but life got in the way of life. So it's coming up today. It is the check-in for the Lenten challenge that we're doing here on Dish with D. And what the Lenten challenge is, it is not a, well, it can be a religious challenge if that's what you choose, but I liked the fact that Lent was 40 days. So I thought that was a great timeline. Sometimes we do things that aren't long enough, but I thought 40 days was a good clip. So we're halfway through. Today starts week 4. 4 weeks we're going to be on. Wow, this challenge has flown by. Now for me, I decided to work on a few things on my journey. I decided to work on my water and to work on my tracking. And I decided with Lent, some people give up things. So I decided to give up something. I normally don't because I feel like I give up enough on this journey. But I did decide to give up putting sweetener in my tea. I normally put a packet of Splenda, and I normally have anywhere between 4 to 6 probably packets a day. I never counted them. I know a few are 0, but maybe they do add up. But no, Splenda does eventually have points. But I like Splenda because I think it was the perfect amount of sweetness for my tea, and it dissolves in cold. Some of the ones just don't dissolve. So that's why I always chose Splenda. People ask, why Splenda? Why Splenda? So I thought, why not try giving that up? So what I've been putting in replace of that is just the lemon, which I've already had with the Splenda. So I just use a lemon. Sometimes I use the little lemon packets, or I use a fresh lemon. Just depends. And I really do adore those lemon packets. I will insert a picture at the end of this video, the ones that I use, and they are fantastic. Here's a hint. I got a bulk of them on Amazon. That's the best price. But you can get them at the Dollar Tree, $1.25 tree. So for $1.25, you get 10 to try. So if you're like, I don't know if I'm going to like these, go to your local DT and pick yourself up a box. They add a little sweetness. There's no sweetener in it, but it's lemon peel that's been dried. And there's also a little bit of lemon oil. So I believe that the part of the lemon, there's no pith in it. So this is the sweetest part of the lemon. And what's nice about it is it's dried out. So it even gets sweeter, as dried fruit does. So it actually added a little itty bitty some sweetness to my tea. So I'm hooked. I keep a batch in my purse because you never know if you're out. And a lot of places don't have lemon anymore. Like Dunkin' doesn't have lemon. So I got my little packet. And why does the name escape me? You're probably all yelling, we know what it is. I know. I want to call it real lemon, but it's not. It's not real lemon. That's what's in my head, real lemon. Remember real lemon in the little squeeze thing? That's the part of me that's sticking. So I will insert a picture at the end. But that is what I was working on. Also, I am into trying to declutter a little bit. So every day I put something in a box that we're going to have. Our church is having a yard sale April 30th, which is I think a week and a half after Easter. So I figured, and our ladies group is having their own table. So whatever we donate to the table gets sold, the money goes to the group. So win-win for me and win-win for the group. I get rid of stuff and the group makes some money, but I've been doing really well with that. I have 2 boxes and my husband's like, you're getting rid of that? I'm like, yes. Before you ask, no cookbooks will ever make it into that box. Well, at least not on my watch. Sometimes Steve. It's funny, I put one of Bailey's little doggy shirts in there. It never fit him. It was always too small. You know, he went and got it out. He never wore it. I guess he knew it was in his drawer. It must have smelled like his little drawer. Every time we'd laugh because I put it in there and all of a sudden he'd go in there and pull it out. He's not that, well, he is pretty smart, but. So what am I working on for the next 3 weeks? Well, if you watch my live, I talked about going low carb. I opened my mouth before I did any research because, I mean, when you think about it, oh, low carb, you know, seriously? Low carb is not for me. I did tweak my plan yet again. Well, I chose the diabetic option, but then I tweaked that and took that off. I just didn't choose fruit as my 0-point food. I have 23 points a day. My 0-point foods are currently avocado, eggs, chicken, non-fat Greek yogurt, and I think beans might be a possibility, but I'm not sure. I don't remember if I chose beans. But even if I eat beans, I'm not worried about it. But I'm trying to get it to I'm going back to the blue plan. I am going back to the blue plan. I've got my 23 points a day. I've got the foods that I love, and I'm going to hit it hard. Not hit it hard, but I'm just going to follow that plan. Because in my head, I believe it's the one that works. Now, whether it is or not, is hearsay. But if I believe it works, then it will work. See, it's not like they could say all the science they want. If I don't believe it, it's not going to work. So I always feel like whatever you feel in your heart of hearts is what you should do, is what you should do. Like, yes, the science will say otherwise. You're the one that's in charge, not the scientist. So if blue works for you, if purple works for you, if green works for you, if points plus works for you, if counting calories works for you, if keto works for you, that's what you follow. It's lifestyle, not diet. I say this all the time. So I'm thinking low carb. I'm like, first I'm like, I'll do like 50 carbs or less. I didn't realize what that looked like. Then I went to 75 carbs. Right now, I'm just trying to do carb conscious. I am not what I'm calling light carb. I'm trying maybe 100 to 125. I know if you follow me, like, you said 3 different things this week. I have. Because the more I read, the more I change my mind. Because carbs are not the bad rap that we give them. Yes, should not have, in a regular diet, you should be having 250 carbs. So yeah, if you're going for 250 to 50, that's keto. And I know I can't sustain that in the long run. I can't even sustain 75. Let's get real. See, that's what I'm going to call this video. Let's get real. Because that's what we have to do. We have to sit here and make a plan. I'm like talking about carbs, and before you sit there and really do your research. Do your research. Look and see if it's a livable situation. I could never live on that many carbs. Everything you eat pretty much has carbs in it. Apparently yogurt had carbs in it. I didn't know that. Apparently fruit has carbs in it. I guess because it's the sugar factor. Again, not thinking. We all think carbs is bread. Carb, bread, potatoes. That's all you think of. Well, there's so much more. And and fruit gets a bad rap because it has carbs. Is it bad for you? No, it's fruit. Should we limit ourselves and be aware of our carbohydrates? Yes, absolutely. That's why back in the day, think about it, when it was the breads, vegetables, remember the little things you used to check off? Fruits was 2. They allowed you to have 2 fruits a day. And quite honestly, 2 fruits is pretty good. I mean, it's a banana and an apple. It's grapes and a banana. Think about it. I was eating way too much fruit. I was just gorging on fruit. It was 0 points. I'm grabbing these big ass fruit bowls at the store. I go from one extreme to the other, not realizing that maybe I need to be in the middle. The middle is a great place to be. You can't be one end. You can't. You have to have, be in the middle so it balances. What is my favorite word? Balance. You have to have balance. You have to, because I'm going to give you a little secret that you might not get anywhere else. The weight loss part of your journey is probably easier, I know, than the maintenance part of your journey. Because we all have the drive to lose. And so once you get to where you want to be, the drive is gone because you're there. So what keeps us there? Maintenance. And it's learning how to live within your means. Learning how to live within your budget. Balancing act of eating food. You have to have carbohydrates that are good for you. They're building blocks. That's where we get our energy from. So you have to sit there and figure out it is always important to know what you're eating. Definitely. Have a high protein goal. Know how many carbs you're having. Limit your fats. I'm not saying not have any. I said limit because fats are good as well. Carbs are brain food. So are fats. So if I'm sitting there cutting one thing out, how long can I live on that? I'm looking for sustainability. I'm not looking, I want to get the 10 pounds off. Don't get me wrong. But after that, where do I go? I can't go back to the way I was based on 50 carbs back to 2. It doesn't work. I'll put the weight on. Yeah, you can drop it like it's hot, lowering your carbs, but can you maintain it? And that, my friends, is the goal. The goal is not to lose. The goal is to maintain what we've lost. It is much harder to maintain than it is to lose. I know that sounds weird because you're like, I'm having enough trouble losing. I get that. Oh, do I get that? But let me tell you something. It is. So you have to think ahead. What does Dee say? Lose it like you're going to live it. Can't even talk. I have it on a t-shirt. And I do have merch now, if you didn't know. There's a link down below if you're interested in getting Dish with Dee wear. I've been asked. I don't think I thought of this, but people have asked for it. So I was honored. You know, I have a Glam Squad shirt. I have a few of my mantras. Yeah, lose it like you're going to live it, because that's the only way you're going to keep it off. Do you want to be in weight loss mode the rest of your life because of an unrealistic expectation of certain foods and a certain weight? I don't. No, I don't want to sit the rest of my life in weight loss mode. I want to put my app in maintenance because that's where it should be. If you're living your life on a weight loss mode of your app, then you're not living. You're dieting. And I don't want to diet this long. I don't. I want to enjoy the time I have left. We don't know how long we have. You know, a friend of mine, her uncle dropped dead. We don't know. I could drop dead tomorrow. Don't know. But also now I want to enjoy every chance I get. And I don't want to fear food. Food should never be feared. No food is inherently bad. I should put that on a shirt too, because it's not. Food is not our enemy. Our choices, our amounts are our enemy. We make bad choices. We have too much. This is get real time, people. Measure, weigh your food. Put it on your plate. Don't sit there and guesstimate. Unless you're sitting there at goal, you shouldn't be guesstimating. I can guesstimate because I've been there too long, so I know what a cup of rice looks like. But if you're just starting out, no, my lovelies. You need to be weighing and measuring everything. Eventually, you will get an eye for what things look like because you've done it. Same thing with tracking. Keep tracking. Because the more you do it, the more it becomes second nature. And honestly, being overweight, we have to be accountable for our food. You know, it's like when you've been in jail, you have a parole officer you have to visit because you have to check in. We have to check in with our app and check in with whatever app we use. You can use whatever app you want. You do not have to be on WW. There's a million apps out there. Well, maybe not a million, but there's hundreds of apps out there that you could use for your weight loss journey. Never feel you have to be on Weight Watchers. You don't. You can do, there's a Lose It app, there's MyFitnessPal, there's Healthy. That's just off the top of my head. There's beautiful apps out there that will help you. And like I said, whatever, maybe you want to count calories. Maybe you want to do keto. You know, I get the keto. I understand why people do keto. I do. I just can never stay the rest of my life eating just that. I love everything. And I eat everything. I can't imagine saying, oh, I can't have that. I don't ever want to say, I can't have that. So that's what this whole challenge is about. It's about tweaking things, working on some little thing. Sometimes it's one thing at a time, because if you put too much on your plate, you're like a kid, you shut down. That's why maybe you should just work on tracking. Maybe you should just work on water, or maybe just movement. To try and doing everything at once is overwhelming. I didn't exercise during my weight loss journey at all. Not one bit. And I lost my 116 pounds without it. So you do not have to exercise to lose weight. But is it good to exercise? Sure it is. But like I said, I didn't drink all my water on my weight loss journey, and I lost weight. Do you have to drink the water? You don't, but it's good for you. You know, like even now, I have the weight, I'm trying to work on my water. Do I get 60 ounces every day? I do not. But you know what? If I'm getting more than 0, that's a plus. Because I only ever drank tea. So the fact that I have my water in 12-ounce cups. So if I've got 2 cups of water in me, that's 24 ounces of water I didn't have yesterday. So I think of that as a win. I don't think of that as, oh, didn't get my water in. No, I say, I got 2 cups of water in today. I'm a winner. You have to boost yourself up and just take the baby steps you need to get where you want to go. Don't sit there and expect to get where you want to be there in 6 months. I'm going to lose 100 pounds in a year, and I'm going to be a size 8. And It's an unrealistic expectation, because I think we put too much emphasis on that. Just do better. And I bet in a year, you might not be down 100 pounds. Did I say 100? I don't remember. But you will be down. And that's the important thing. You have to remember, if I'm less than I was last year, that's a win. Could I have done better? Sure, we could have. We always could do better. But you lived your life, and you did your journey on your terms. And that's the thing you have to focus on. Live it. Lose it like you're going to live it. You know, I go around and I don't ever feel deprived. I had ice cream last week. Not a lot. You know, we go out to eat. I always order, you know. I don't get the fried option. Honestly, I don't even want it. Once you start eating better, you crave it. Like, when was it? 2 weeks ago, we had gone out and I got a gnocchi, and the gnocchi was fine. I think what the problem was, they had put some mozzarella on top of my marinara, and it was a lot. And it was probably full fat cheese. And my body was not used to all that full fat cheese, and I got sick the next day. It was, you know, full fat cheese, it's full fat. So when you're not used to eating like that, your body just like, ooh. I was on the toilet. Let's just say it was not nice. Usually I'm happy to be on the toilet, but no, it was bad. It was several hours on the toilet, and the cheese. And Steve goes, maybe it was bad. I'm like, you ate it and you're not sick. It's me. It's my body. It's used to eating much better things. And yeah, maybe I ate a little bit more than I normally would have, but I didn't leave there stuffed. So I ate till I was satisfied. It was the full fat cheese. I mean, I probably, in hindsight, should have read the menu and maybe said light on the cheese or no cheese. Because I just wanted the gnocchi. That's all I wanted, the gnocchi and the tomato sauce with the basil. That's all I wanted. If you know, I'm Italian, but I'm not a huge mozzarella girl. Not melted. I know, weird. I like my mozzarella cold. I could just put it in a salad, put it with tomatoes, like a tomato salad with mozzarella. That's how I like my mozzarella. I do not like it melted. I don't know why. And it's real pulley and all. And in fact, I was pulling it off the gnocchi, and I was like, I'll take that. I guess you will. But yeah, what I ate was probably way too much. But it's knowing yourself, and you'll get it if you stay on plan long enough. So how are we doing? Let me know in the comments below how you're doing with the challenge. I had a brain fart there. Are you feeling really good? Are you seeing improvement on what like I said, what did I say in the very first week? We're not looking, we don't want we love weight loss, but I want you to be stronger after this challenge. Smarter and stronger. We might not be lighter, but we are smarter and we're stronger than we were. And that's what I want you to be. I want you to gain self-confidence, because self-confidence is what carries you through. You have to be diligent. You have to have discipline. It's hard. It's food, and food is good. And I'm telling you, if you fit little bits of things that you want, things will work out. When you sit there and say, I'm not having that, bad things happen. It does, you know? And it's so good to sit there and if you know you want something really special, put it in your tracker already. For next week, I want to have this. I want to have a piece of cheesecake. Put it in. You deserve to have a piece of cheesecake. I'm not saying have a big-ass piece of cheesecake, but a nice little piece of cheesecake. Never hurt anybody. It didn't. So sit there and put that in your tracker. Like, I think two days a week is nice to fit in your treats. I think you should be having treats, because it's life. And in life, there's treats. And there's cake. I love cake. Yeah. So I hope that I get a lot of comments. Tell me how well they're doing. And we will check in again next week. Hopefully on Wednesday. I know. But thank you for watching. I will insert a picture of the, again, still don't know what it's called. True Lemon. There it is, True Lemon. I knew it would pop into my head. True Lemon. But I will pop a picture of the little packet, and they're fabulous. They have orange, grapefruit, lime. But I don't recommend their website, only because they're more expensive. Go on Amazon. I got a pack of, I think, 100 for like $11 or $12. So, but go to the Dollar Tree. They sell them in little 10 packs, and you can try one, because maybe you don't like it. I love it. Fabulous. So that is my PSA for today. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you. Hopefully, I'm going to be doing a Fashion Finds Friday tomorrow. I get to film it. I went to one of the Fashion Finds. I went to TJ Maxx. on clearance for $10. I know. Why are you wearing a snowflake in March? It was cold and damp today, and this is so super soft. You're getting a preview today. It was $10 on clearance. TJ Maxx is my favorite store. I will say the skinny syrup selection was piss poor. I did get one, but you'll see that tomorrow. Thank you for watching. And remember, if you did enjoy this, give it a thumbs up. And please comment below how you're doing on the challenge. I'd love to hear from it. And remember, my non-subscribers, please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you know anybody that needs a challenge, invite them to the District D community. We will welcome them with open arms. I will talk to you later, my lovelies. Ta-ta.